hi there, Humes! So some of you might know that I had the honour of going to the St Jude Play Live Summit this year. For those of you that aren't familiar with the work that St Jude do, they're an incredible charity that help to treat kids with cancer. Not only do they make sure that their families never have to pay a single penny in medical care, but they're also doing groundbreaking research into curing cancer forever. Last year, against any of our wildest expectations, Team Crystalian ended up raising $70,000 for St Jude. The team had just formed at the time. I think we had an initial goal of $1,000 and we had no idea that our communities could come together in that sort of way. I was so surprised and so honoured to be invited to the summit this year, especially because I'm all the way over here in the UK, so it's a long way to fly somebody out to get to Memphis, Tennessee, which their main hospital is over there. I'd seen previous summits before, and so many streamers online had talked about how incredible it was to go to St Jude and see the work that they did. And part of me had always wanted to go, but I never thought I would be invited. I had never been to America before. At all. Technically, I was born in America many years ago, but I've never been back since then. So this was my first international flight, and I was a little bit nervous about traveling so far, and I was a little bit intimidated about going internationally for the first time. But I knew that if I didn't go, I would regret it, and that I'd be throwing away an amazing experience. It was the biggest adventure, and a truly life-changing experience. I managed to vlog most of St Jude. I got as much footage as I could, and I hope you enjoy this little glimpse into St Jude Play Live Summit 2019. Hi, so we're here in Memphis, Tennessee. We made it, the elf survived the flight, and oh my gosh, it's just been so overwhelming so far. I have a lot to tell you, but first of all, can we appreciate this hotel room? I walked in here and I literally thought this was a mistake, because look at the size of this room. It has 2 beds. It has 2 beds, and there's just, I mean, obviously they knew an Elven Queen was coming. Obviously, that's what they were dealing with here. But it's amazing. Me and Peeper got in quite late, and we joined halfway through a talk that was going on at the convention center, which is just across the road. So we ran along to join, like in a disheveled state. Everyone else was looking fabulous, but we were here with our horrible sweaty travel faces. I'm sure you can appreciate the troll face right now. But yeah, we're here and we picked up everything that we need. We've got our badges. There we go, and we have our full schedules on the back as well, and that tells us what we're going to be doing tomorrow and the rest of the days as well. I'm in the green group. We are assigned to different colour groups, and that will form our little friendship group while we're here at St Jude. So I'm looking forward to seeing who else has green. At the moment, I think Peachy has green, and I think Frank has green, so at least we do have some Crystalian teammates who are going to be on Team Green. I'm so tired though, like seriously. First international flight that I have technically ever done, so that was fun. It didn't actually seem that long, and I didn't feel like I was tired until about 15 minutes until we landed on the last flight. Then I just fell asleep. I don't know how, but I did. And we made it here. St Jude arranged the buses and everything, so there was somebody waiting to pick us up at the airport, which was really nice. And yeah, I'm not with it right now. I met Peachy for the first time in real life, and Frank as well was there. So I'm just like off in another cloud right now, but I am gonna sort this out, this space, this hair, and have a bit of a chill, because I think the jet lag is setting in. But hopefully lots of new adventures tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Night night. Hi! So we're actually on our way to the hospital now for the first time. They've loaded everyone into a bus, so it's like a stringer party bus, and we're going to go for a tour of the hospital. I don't think I'll be able to show you much inside because obviously we have to look after the private bookings and stuff, but we'll tell you about it when we go. Teacher! This is my first time meeting Peachy. Meeting everyone in real life, it's surreal. Yeah, it's crazy. But hopefully I will be able to show you some more styling later. We've only caught Harry on camera so far, so we'll catch the rest. Alright, I'm moving. Here we go. Bye. Hi, so we just got back from visiting the hospital. They took us around in our groups to see everything at the hospital and all the different areas in the hospital, and it was honestly just incredible. I never expected it to be quite like that. I knew how much they wanted to make the children feel at home and feel valued there, but the lengths they'd gone to just make them feel special. Like, obviously the medical stuff they do there is incredible, the research, and they talked about all the advances they've made in the research over the past few years and how much closer they think they're getting to a cure as well. But just seeing some of the kids there was really unreal. I think when you see some of the charity videos, you tend to think, oh, you know, they've picked, you know, the cutest kids to be in the videos, like they've picked the really sweet looking ones. But just going around the hospital, like, they were all so lovely, and it's just something else seeing them actually at the hospital. And a couple of the kids actually came to say hello, and we had some parents coming up and saying hi and saying like, oh, you know, my boy plays Fortnite and everything, and it's helped him get through it. So it's just really overwhelming, honestly. And like, going around the hospital, I had to stop myself from crying. Like, I'm not a super emotional person most of the time, but I hate the idea that cancer exists. Like, cancer should not exist, and if it does exist, children definitely shouldn't have cancer. It's just not fair to have sick children. That's not what childhood is supposed to be about. And just the thing about St Jude that's so great though is that it's not about cancer, it's just about letting them live their childhood. So it was more like happy emotions than sad emotions going around the hospital, but I was like trying really hard to stop myself from crying. I was like biting my lip all the time so much that my like lips are really dry. But I just, yeah, it's really overwhelming and just such an emotional experience to go around there. And I can't believe that a hospital like that is almost entirely funded by donations, so the public donating, and it's there because of you guys as well, donating money to the cause. So anyone who donated money last year, thank you so much. Like, you keep that hospital running as well. But yeah, I'm really like, I'm having an emotional moment here back at the hotel room. The buses just dropped us back off, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna like stay here and cry for a bit. But we do have lunch scheduled soon, so I'm gonna go and see if they've got any lembas available. Like, incredible so far. They took us all out there to see the hospital and just really looked after us so far. And I feel like sleeping now though. I've got to say, the jet lag is catching up with me. I just realized as well, actually, from my hotel window, you can see some of the main St Jude hospital. So over here, there's part of the hospital over there, and there's loads of buildings around Memphis that are marked as St Jude because they not only have the main hospital part, but they have different research facilities, they have different recreational places that the kids can go to have fun. So they're all over the place, and they're doing good work in so many ways. I got some swag. Most of it is not for me, most of it is actually for you. I've got a few things that I'm going to be giving away during our St Jude fundraising this year, and hopefully you will see what those are soon. But many goodies inside. I did, however, buy myself a mug. They had really sweet St Jude mugs, so I was like, yes, I would very much like to sip my hot beverages from those. Thank you very much. Good morning. So it's day 2. We headed out and had some drinks last night, but the elf did not stay out too late. So today in the morning I'm going to the American Civil Rights Museum, and that should be really good, but it's pretty early right now. Like, breakfast was really early today because we got to head out on the buses, but I need to run, otherwise I'm gonna miss the bus. But hopefully I'll be able to film a little bit while we're inside the museum as well. So we just got back from the museum. It was really cool to go and see that because I am not familiar with American history at all. I know nothing about American history, and I think my view of the whole civil rights movement before I went was very much like, oh, there was slavery and then they abolished slavery and then things just got better after that. But there was so much more of a struggle in between freedom and slavery than I realized. Like, so many more times where it looked like it was getting better and then it got worse again. And it's just great to see like that whole journey going on. So we went there, we had a full tour, and we went around and saw all the exhibits. There was so much to read. I would love to go back again and be able to like read all of the signs. We were on quite a tight schedule, but they also had the balcony where Martin Luther King was assassinated, which it was just really unreal being able to stand right next to the spot where you know that happened. And I got chills like everywhere. They had their hotel room where he actually died as well, but that was like such an important moment in history as well. And I can't believe that it wasn't even that long ago that all of these things were happening. Like, it isn't even that long ago that they said that everybody should have equal rights no matter the color of their skin. So for me, it's just really eye-opening to be able to go and see these places. So I'm really grateful that St Jude took us all out there to go and see it as well. And yeah, I'm gonna be posting some photos on Twitter and stuff if you guys want to see them as well. But it was really good to go there as well, and it's really nice that they're offering us these experiences like outside of the actual convention as well. But it's lunchtime roughly, and they have a scheduled event that's going on, so I should probably go over to the convention hall. I think we also get lunch, so I'm gonna see if they've got any lambus. We'll see. So we just got back from Twitch Weekly. We were actually there while it was being broadcasted live. They had all the normal hosts there. They'd flown them over to Memphis to do the show from St Jude. They talked about St Jude and all the work that they do, and also about Play Live as well. And we all got to watch. We were all there in the crowd. I don't know whether anyone saw some cheeky recognizable faces in the very back row. All of Crystalline was sitting there as well. And they decided to tug on our heartstrings even more. Like, they showed us some videos that we hadn't seen yet, and they just, oh my gosh, they really touched my heart, especially the last one with the 2 boys who were best friends and they both loved gaming together. And oh my god, please stop. My feelings, I feel like I'm just a bundle of feels after these few days. Like, everything makes me cry now. I'm now back at the hotel. We have an hour or so before the party at Stax Records, which I think is going to be really, really fun. It's a great way to end the event for everybody and just have fun on the last night as well. I immediately, as soon as I got back to the hotel room, put my pajamas on because I'm a lazy elf. I need to chill for a bit, and then we're hopefully gonna get all prettied up and all of us are gonna go to the party. I have a secret stash of elf food, you know, just in case there's no lembas at any of the meals. So I have me some beautiful secret Mr. Kipling cakes, and of course the stroopwafels. Shout out to Luck for bestowing these stroopwafels upon me. I have so many of them. But yes, hello my pretties. You give me life. And there it is. I wish I could have got so much more video footage, but there were so many times where I just wanted to be involved in what we were doing and the conversations we were having and the experiences that they were giving us. There really was this feeling of a shared goal, even though there were so many different content creators from so many different platforms from all over the world. We were all coming together for this one goal, to raise money for the kids and for St Jude. I wanted to raise for them last year because I knew the work that they did was important. But after going to the hospital, meeting the staff, seeing the families and the kids, now all I feel is a need. We need to raise for them. We need to make sure that the hospital keeps running. We need to make sure that they keep on finding these cures, because I think if anybody's going to find a cure for cancer, it'll be St Jude. The work that they've been doing is absolutely groundbreaking. In the time that the hospital has been open, they have raised childhood cancer survival rates from 20% to 80%. And they say that they won't stop until that is 100%, until no child dies of cancer. Life is so very precious, especially childhood. And St Jude are ensuring that kids worldwide, not just in America, not just in Memphis, but internationally, get to enjoy that. We are fundraising harder than ever with my team Crystalium over on Twitch. We've also opened up fundraising to our communities this year. So if you are a streamer and you're part of a Crystalium community and you'd like to raise with us, our Tiltify campaign is open. There isn't actually long left of the campaign. We're only a few days away from the end of the St Jude Play Live fundraising season on Twitch. It ends on Friday, the last day of the month. So anything that you can do is super appreciated. If you even have a single dollar that you can donate, every little makes a difference. That's a dollar that St Jude didn't have before. And if you can't donate, because I totally understand that not everybody can support in a monetary way, the best way that you can help streamers who are raising for St Jude is by retweeting, spreading the word, telling your friends and your family, and of course by being in those streams and supporting and spreading St Jude's mission. I've linked our campaign in the description below if you want to have a look at the Crystalium campaign or my campaign. But whoever you donate to is going to the same place. Raising for St Jude is always a lot of fun, and as always this year we have some silly incentives and milestones. We also currently have a goal going for which game I should play on my channel next. It's a showdown between The Witcher 3, Mass Effect, Skyrim and Dragon Age. So which should win? It's up to you. I'll show you the current scores as they stand. Do you think that's right? Are you going to change this? I just need to say the most massive thank you to St Jude and everybody who was involved in organising the summit, because you flew all of Crystalium out, no matter where we were in the world. So many of us are in Europe and you made sure that we got there, and we're truly honoured. Thank you so much. While we were there as well, you did the best job at looking after us. I've never been looked after that well at a press event or a gaming event before, and if that's the care you give a bunch of random nerds from the internet, I can't imagine the level of care and love that you show the kids at St Jude. And last but not least, to my wonderful travelling companion, Peebo. Despite knowing that I really wanted to go to this event, I was honestly terrified and my anxiety was at an all-time high. There were so many points before the event where I was going to pull out because I was just so anxious about flying and travelling all that way and being in an unknown place. But Peebo, you made it so much easier. You are wonderful. Thank you for putting up with me and being the best travelling partner I could have wished for. We are into the very final days of St Jude Play Live over on Twitch, and I know that together we can make a huge difference. It's been amazing seeing gamers come together over the month of May for St Jude, and together, let's hope that we can make sure that no child dies in the dawn of life, because everybody deserves to see their final sunrise. St Jude is the patron of lost causes, and cancer is no longer a lost cause. We can treat it and we will defeat it someday. Thank you so much everybody who's donated so far, and for the kids, let's keep going. We still have a few days left. See you soon, Humes.